As Morgan mentioned in her entertainment hit, 5 people have been charged in connection with the death of Matthew Perry. Those charged include his assistant and 2 doctors.
Now, prosecutors say the doctor supplied Perry with a large amount of ketamine. For more on this, here's Dr. Iris Gorfinkel. Dr. Gorfinkel, good morning to you. And let's just start off, if we could, with exactly what is ketamine, what's it used for, and what are its effects?
Ketamine is an anesthetic. It's an anesthetic because it makes people forget and not feel. So he'd suffered from depression, and sometimes it's used to treat depression that's extremely difficult, that's not responding to other medications that we use. But the problem is it's given intravenously. It can be given as an injection. And what are its other effects? Let's own it. Faster heart rate, high blood pressure. A person becomes dissociated. That's the medical term for not knowing what's happening around them. Think about it. He's left in a hot tub with all this ketamine, and it was a high dose. So we don't know all of the details. We just know that he was found face down in the water.
Yeah.
So what the guidelines are on ketamine use, I'm just saying, it's supposed to be used with somebody, a clinician who knows ACLS. That's advanced cardiac life support. I'm asking, what happened?
Yeah. Is this something that would normally or ever be given outside of a hospital setting to someone?
It is, to patients who are suffering from very bad pain. It's given to people, as I say, who have depression and anxiety that cannot be treated in other ways. So that dissociative state, not understanding exactly what you're seeing things in a different way, it's in the same family as LSD.
Yeah. Well, it is more to come with this, obviously, with the charges laid and the case to follow. But yes, this is so obviously it was tragic then. It continues to be tragic given all the information that has come to light since Matthew's death. Another headline we have to talk about. We were talking about it earlier in the week. Dr. Bogosh dropped by. And that's regarding mpox. And we've now since learned that the World Health Organization has declared it a global health emergency. What do Canadians need to know about this?
So why would they change their mind on it? What would make it go up like this? There have been changes in the mpox virus. It's now affecting kids. It used to affect primarily bisexual and gay men. And now, though it's 60%, 3 out of 5 cases are in children. And that's where almost 9 out of the 10 deaths have been. And it's also spreading extremely rapidly within the Congo. Why the Congo? Well, it turns out they're at war right now. And so whenever millions of people are displaced and living in tents and in close quarters, you get more cases. And we know this song already from COVID. More cases means that the virus changes. And this virus has changed. And that's why the World Health Organization is begging and pleading. Give us resources. Give us vaccines.
All right, we also have a new and large study of older adults to discuss this morning, which has found that there is no benefit from even moderate drinking, which kind of contradicts the once widely held belief that maybe a glass or 2 of wine does have some health benefits. What more can you tell us about this study?
That's still flying around. Have a glass of red wine, reduce heart attack health. Well, these British researchers looked at 135,000 people for 12 years. And they didn't find any difference in light to moderate drinkers versus people just who had the occasional drink. No difference. So, this whole concept of, I'll just have a drink a day and I'll save my heart health. You know what they did find, though? Higher cancer risks. So what are the numbers? 3 drinks or more in a week raises cancer risk. If you have a drink a day, you actually increase the risk of heart attack and stroke. So those are the numbers. And so the Canadian Association for Substance Use has already said no amount of alcohol is actually safe. So we got to shake that tree a little bit on all those sexy, nubile youngsters with a drink in their hand, socializing, having a good time. Well, I'm not so sure that dead on the floor is a good idea.
Yeah, okay. I'm feeling a little regretful about the beer Olympics that I won gold in. Oh boy, okay. All right, we also have to talk about this. A low-calorie sweetener. We're talking the heart And this is also saying a new research showing that a low-calorie sweetener can hurt the heart.
Erythritol. You probably never even heard of it.
No.
Erythritol. What the hell is that? As it turns out, it's a sweetener that's put in protein bars, yogurt bars. You name the ultra-processed food, it's probably there. You know, it's in cookies, cakes, pies, crackers, candies, chips. It's in all this stuff that we constantly buy. And so these researchers discovered that people who have that are more likely to have a heart attack, more likely to have a stroke. So they were wondering, well, why would that be? So they gave people, just a group of people who were healthy, erythritol versus sugar. And you know, they checked their platelets, and they found out that erythritol makes their platelets stickier, more likely to have a blood clot. And that's why it leads to higher risks of stroke and heart attack.
All right. Finally, we want to ask you about this other study that was looking at parents who might become frustrated by angry outbursts from their toddlers. And this research is suggesting, Dr. Gorfinkel, that tech, giving kids a tablet, is to blame.
Yeah. Is this even new at this point? Canadian Pediatric Society says 0 screen time 2 and below. I always see kids in my office. There's experts at the tablet, and there are 2, there are 3. So these researchers looked at what happens if kids are given tablets 3.5, 4.5, 5.5 years. So parents answered, this is just in Nova Scotia, homegrown, a survey. And what they found is that between 3.5 and 4.5, and 4.5 and 5.5, the more tablet use they had, the more angry outbursts they had. And the more angry outbursts they had, the more tablets they were given. So the researchers are like, well, hey, we are replacing what should be an experience to learn how to manage negative emotions with a tablet.
Yeah.
This is why we're seeing the bans for cell phones in classrooms, just because of the tech and how distracting it all is.
Yeah, it's just this vicious circle, as you talked about.
Absolutely.
All right, we're going to have to leave it there. Thank you, Dr. Gorfinkel. All right.